Welcome to the Pharmacy Frontiers podcast. I'm Daniel Good. I'm sitting here in Jefferson City, Missouri, getting ready for our Pharmacy Legislative Day tomorrow morning. And I have some of our best pharmacy leaders in the country right here with us, sitting around the table, and we're going to talk about some of the best things you as students can do to prepare us for the next day. Let me remind everyone that the Pharmacy Frontiers podcast is available on your favorite podcasting app, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Podbean, or YouTube. And let me also remind you that the comments that we do tonight on our podcast are those of ourselves and our guests. It's not representative of the Missouri Pharmacy Association or our employers. So let me introduce those folks that are sitting with us around the table so we can all get to know each other as we work our way around and get some advice to you. First, it's going to be Jerry Callahan. Jerry, will you introduce yourself for us?
Yeah, hello, Jerry Callahan. I'm owner of, at the moment, down to 2 pharmacies, medicine shop pharmacies in the St. Louis region. I was up to 8. I'm slowly retiring. I tell everybody I have 3 reasons why I haven't retired, and they're PBMs.
Very good. And?
My name is Kenton Blankenship, and I work for Cardinal Health as a pharmacy business consultant. So going around helping pharmacies try to optimize profits, and actually worked with some of Jerry's groups in the past. So.
Excellent. Very good. And we have with us also, at the table, and the.
My name is Mike Stewart. We have 5 stores down in the Branson Market and then one out in Willow Springs. And I look forward to tomorrow when we can go up on the hill.
Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Hi, my name is Bob Kluppel. I'm a franchise business consultant with Medicine Shop and Medicaps. I cover territory from Iowa all the way down to the very southern tip of Texas.
Well, thank you for being with us, Bob. Now, give us your best advice as to how we can deal with some of these representatives and be effective tomorrow morning.
You know, you got to be in their office. You have to have a conversation about what the pharmacies are dealing with these days. I've been doing pharmacy now for coming up on 26 years. And what we've seen in the last probably 10 years, we're just getting brutally abused by the PBMs, and we're closing stores left and right because we just can't make it. They keep forcing these contracts down our throats, and we just can't do it anymore. So we need everyone to be in there talking to these legislators and just tell them we're closing stores and we need some help.
Good message to pass on. What's your best advice for the students tomorrow?
Get involved. You have to get involved with the politicians. I wasn't politically involved for the longest time, but you're either in there negotiating with them, or if you're not in there at the table, they're eating you for dinner. So you have to be in there and you have to be active. You have to know the issues. And if you're not going to get involved in it, you're going to wind up in a dead-end situation.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that advice. All right, let's go across the other side of the table.
Honestly, just to reiterate what they said, I mean, really being involved. There's a lot of pharmacies that I go into who maybe are getting closer to that retirement stage, but are now, trying to figure out who's going to be that succession plan, and they're, saying, well, it can't be my kids. There's not enough money in the pharmacy world. They wish they would have been involved a lot sooner in life. And so being there, being present, being involved throughout it, and then also listening to all the experience that you're going to hear. You're in those meetings, you're in those offices, but you're listening to guys like Jerry and, Bob and, everybody who's got 30 plus years experience, listening to their intake and their input. I mean, there's a lot of knowledge that's going to be floating in those offices with you tomorrow.
And this is not an isolated incident here in Missouri, right? You see other states. You visit other states, the same kind of situation.
Yep, exact same situations. Up in Iowa, some of those that we go to, everybody's in the same boat.
All right, very good. Jerry, what's your thought for tomorrow?
My thoughts were a long time ago, somebody told me that if you're going to be in pharmacy, you better be in politics. The problem we have right now is we're being controlled by other groups. They're not pharmacy related. They're more bean counters or whatever. So we need to make sure that they understand that pharmacies are at risk right now. But the main thing we need to tell them is, what is the impact to our patients and their constituents? Some people don't care whether Joe's Pharmacy closes up because there's still a Walgreens. But if you're in a rural area, like my one store in Ellsbury, we're the only pharmacy in 25 miles. And for the longest time, we were the only healthcare provider. We're at risk. What does that do to our patients? Some of these people depend on, or do we deliver? If the independents are gone, who's delivering? Walgreens says they do, but are they? So we got to talk to them from the patient's perspective and the impact that's going to have on them if my pharmacy's closed.
So we need every student that's coming tomorrow to come with a story, something somehow they've affected a patient life, something they've done in one of their internships, or how they've helped a patient access a medication or something like that. Would that help us tomorrow?
Correct, but unfortunately, they've worked for the chains, no offense to the chains, but because they're beholden to their stockholders, they're cutting labor as much as they can, and service sucks. So we got to make sure that that doesn't happen.
So Jerry, what makes this year different than the last several years? You've been doing this battle for several years since before you're even president of MPA. What makes this year different?
Well, we thought we had a good chance until one of the senators did some backdoor dealing without talking to the sponsor of the bill and kind of put us on the back burner. So we need to make sure that especially the senators that we talk to understand that the PBM bill is getting railroaded out. And our patients need that PBM bill, as well as our businesses. As a business person, I'm still getting shafted, I'm being polite, by the insurance companies, which includes the PBMs. We got to fix that.
We do. And this is our chance to make that difference. Let me ask the panel if there's any other comments you guys want to make before we wrap up this segment.
We appreciate you coming out and spending time with us, and the showing at the Capitol building is always appreciated, but I do challenge you guys, don't be standing in the hallways. Get into these offices with our store owners and then tell the story.
An excellent message from these veterans and these great pharmacy leaders. We appreciate everyone that's traveling to Jefferson City to make this happen on Wednesday. And we sincerely encourage everyone not only to come and make their voice heard, but network with these other pharmacy independent owners and pharmacy leaders that are here, so we can all make a difference in pharmacy. Oh, Jerry has one more thing he wants to say to us.
One more thing is, when you go back to your pharmacy that you work at, especially if they're not here at legislative day, ask them, do they know who their legislators are? If they don't, ask them why not. But at the same token, if you don't know who your state and federal legislators are, get to know who they are.
That is a great message. Great message from Jerry Callahan, past president of MPA. And want to thank everyone that is joining us for these Pharmacy Frontiers podcasts. Encourage you not only to listen it, but also share it. Share it with your friends so they can all get prepared and get ready to be a part of the changes that we're making here in our pharmacy environment in Missouri.